Hey guys, this is Googlewearingfreak here. It's been a while. I finally have some time to myself at the house. My brother's at a semi-temporary job. My mom, she went to help my family out. My mom went to help a friend out, and I'm just here since I have some time. And pardon the music in the background. I just didn't feel like listening to anything. I just didn't feel like being in silence for right now. So, again, it's been a while, and I decided to take this opportunity to just do a fanfic read aloud. The one that I've wanted to read for a while to you guys, and just in general, was something from My Little Pony before all the other seasons took over, and it just went downhill. To me anyway, that and a few other things. The story that the story is Perfect Posteriors by Dubs Rewatcher. It's a one chapter story, and it was funny when I read it. So why not do a read aloud of it? Again, Perfect Posteriors. I apologize if I'm not really up to beat. I've been busy with work and other stuff and training. I'm gonna have to do an update too. I'll probably do it after this, but no, I'll probably do it later. Anyway, on with the story. Perfect Posteriors by Dubs Rewatcher. You can find this on fanfiction.net, I believe. Yeah, I just downloaded it for the sake of it because I didn't know if it was still going to be there or not. But anyway, Perfect Posteriors by Dubs Rewatcher. Here we go. Ah! Fire! Fire! Lickety Split rolled his eyes before turning to face his friend. Ugh! Pipsqueak! We're camping! There's supposed to be a fire! Stop being such a wimp! The brown and white foal The brown and white foal crawled out of his hiding space behind a rock. I'm not a wimp, he cried, stamping his hooves. But are you sure that the fire has to be that big? A fat gray colt sitting on a rock opposite Pipsqueak. What? A fat gray. This mouse is not working. A fat gray colt sitting on a rock opposite Pipsqueak gave him a hefty sigh. Sorry about that. It's gonna have to be if we're gonna cook over it. Yeah, Chunky's right. Lickety Split agreed. And besides, I go camping all the time. There isn't anything to worry about. Nothing is going to whee! At the moment, all three colts were forced to duck for cover as a large gray and yellow blob fell from the sky right on top of their campfire. With a hiss, the flames almost immediately died out. Pipsqueak gave a small sigh of relief at the same time until he saw Lickety Split's expression. The beige foal stamped his hooves. Oh, come on! Chunk jumped out of his rock and hurried over to the blob, which was now morphing into what looked to be a pony. Are you okay, ma'am? The pony opened her eyes, revealing a set of large, yellow, completely misshaped eyes. Where am I? I'm not doing the voice of her anyway. So apologies in advance. And I apologize for the annoying dinging. That's my Discord. Where am I? She drawled, looking around. Why does everything smell like bacon? Lickety Split gritted his teeth. Maybe because you're sitting on our fire? Derpy looked down at her rump, the majority of which was now charred black. Oh no. Oh, that explains it, she yelped, simply lifting herself up as if nothing happened. A normal person would be in pain, but I guess with Derpy, there's no pain receptors or anything that connects to the brain. I'm just saying. Hang on for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. I had to mute it because it kept dinging. Okay, I'm back. Where did I leave off? Okay. She yelped, simply lifting herself up as if nothing happened. All of a sudden, she paused to look where Lickety and Pipsqueak were standing. Wait, I put out your fire? Yes, Lickety seethed. At this moment, the Pegasus seemed to light up, both her eyes shooting out in seemingly random directions. So that means I saved you! I rescued you from a forest fire! Lickety face-tuffed. No, you just... Derpy began to stare at her flank reverently. My butt saved you! My butt has superpowers! Oh, Derpy, no. Pipsqueak took a hesitant step forward. Miss, I don't think... Before he could finish, the mare flourished her... Before he could finish, the mare flourished her sings... I think they meant wings. Wings, and shot crookedly into the sky. My butt is invincible! She screamed into the heavens, focusing one eye ahead and the other downward. She added, "Stay in school, little fillies!" before flying off. The three foals stared in the direction she was heading in. Lickety glanced at his ruined campfire before grumbling and kicking a small stone. I'm never going to count with you guys again. Is this fresh? Carrot Top put her... Wait. Sorry, I'm also looking outside. At the same time, I'm recording this because there's some people who are coming over the house to look over something. Okay, back to the story. Is this fresh? The Carrot Top put on her winning smile. Of course! All my carrots are homegrown and sold the same day. Nothing but the best for my customers. The customer, a pink mare with a flower in her blonde mane, took a cautious sniff. Are you sure? It doesn't smell fresh. The sales mare's smile sagged a bit. I assure you, they are. Can I try one? No, sorry. Why not? I just don't give out free samples. It's part of my store policy. The pink pony huffed. Well, maybe I'll just take my business elsewhere. Maybe I'll just take my business somewhere else. She snapped before storming off. Reminds me of the majority of the people at my work. Anyway, yeah. Come back soon, Carrot Top called hopefully, hearing no response. The orange mare sat back down inside. It was already noon, and that was the third customer that had left without buying anything. Maybe the carrots really weren't fresh. Either way, she needed to sell something before... Whee! Too late. Derpy shows up. Before Carrot Top could even cry out in warning, her carrot stand exploded in a flurry of orange, yellow, and gray. Ponies nearby yelped in surprise. Notably, the pink mare from earlier let out a squeal and proceeded to faint. I think it's one of the flower ponies. Daisy. Daisy. This is the horror! The horror! Anyway, back to the story. The dust cleared quickly, leaving a confused gray mare in its wake. She was covered in carrot juice. Just as quickly as she landed, Derpy regained her composure. Hi, Carrot Top! She yelped, speeding up to her friend in a fashion reminiscent in three certain... Re, speeding up to her friend in a fashion reminiscent of three certain fillies. Oh, the computer my crusaders. My butt is magic! Carrot Top looked up to her Pegasus. Carrot Top looked up to the Pegasus from her spot on the ground. What? Derpy puffed out her chest in pride. It saved 3 fillies from a forest fire! I bet you did. I bet you did. Or it did. I bet you did. The yellow mare groaned, picking herself up. She stared wistfully at her cart. This was the 5th time that month it had been obliterated by the clumsy Pegasus. Oh, Derpy. And Carrot Top wasn't sure how many more times her insurance company could apply plummeting Pegasus ponies as a reason to get her cart replaced. Ponyville is a pretty small town. I think I would have heard if there was a forest fire, Derpy. But it did! I was just flying around. I gotta slow down. But it did! I was just flying along, doody-doo. Derpy began mimicking her words. Then, I saw a bird. It was brown and black and gray, and one of its wings was feathery than the other, and it did... and one of its wings was featherer than the other, and it... Derpy, get on with it! So there was that bird, right? So then I tried to hug it because it was so cute, but I kind of missed and fell into a forest fire. Derpy looked down at her hooves. Oh. Carrot Top gave a weak smile. She knew that Derpy was well aware of her clumsiness. Carrot Top gave her a weak smile. She knew that Derpy was well aware of what her clumsiness caused other ponies to think about her. Carrot Top was one of her only friends. Oh, poor Derpy. And definitely the best. Sure, the Pegasus could be a bit exasperating. In her time, at times, especially with her crazy imagination, but it was well worth it. So you fell into a forest fire. What happened? I landed right on top of it, and get this, the wall-eyed mare turned to show her friend her rear. I put it out, and I wasn't hurt at all. I don't think showing your derriere is not going to solve any... I don't think showing your rear to your friend is not conducive to anything. The yellow mare had to stop herself from immediately throwing up. Derpy's flanks had become a disgusting sight. They were charred red and black like a burnt... They were charred red and black like a burnt pony. Derpy, she gasped. You have to get to a hospital right now. Derpy spun back around, looking shocked, almost offended. What? Go to a hospital? I can't, Carrot Top. I can't, Carrot. I just can't. They'll cut me open and experiment on me. Haven't you seen the movies? To an extent, that might be semi-true. If you were a part of this world, you might be opened up and experimented on that, or be posted on YouTube for others to see. I'm going to go with YouTube. Or Facebook. Mostly YouTube. Why would they experiment on you? They always do experiments on a magic guy. They always do experiments on the magic guy. That's why they have secret identities. Derpy Derpy slowed down and put her thinking face. What is wrong with me? Derpy slowed down and put her thinking face, her normal face, but with her eyes focused. That was when it hit her. She grabbed her friend into a tight hug, one that lifted them both high into the air. That's it, Carrot Top! That has to be it! What is it? Put me down! I have to fight crime using my newfound powers. Wait, what? Wait, what? I will become Power Pony! No, Mysterious Ne'er-do-well! That one's already taken. Wait, that's taken. Wait, that's taken. I'll get back to you on this. Derpy chirped happily. Now I have to make my costume. Bye. Bye. Wait, Derpy, no, stop! Before the protest could reach Derpy's ears, the Pegasus had already dropped her friend and sped away. Carrot Top landed in the middle of her already smushed carrots, sending another wave of juice crashing over the crowds. The mayor groaned and began to recall the number for her insurance company. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, man. Do I have enough time? Yeah, I have enough time. Oh, come on! My kite! Gosh darn it, Scootaloo! Why'd you gotta run so fast? Hey, don't blame me! It's the tree's fault! Oh, sure, blame the tree. The Cutemark Crusaders stared angrily at the large oak tree that had swallowed up their kite. Even the lowest branch was several meters higher than them. No pony else in the park seemed to be noticing their plight. How could they get their kite flying Cutemark Crusaders? Dang it! How could they get their kite flying Cutemarks if they had no kites? Scootaloo flapped her wings uncertainly. Sorry, guys. I don't think I can get up there. That's the thing. Will Scootaloo ever fly? That's the thing. People keep assuming she can't because she has a disability in her wings, but I'm just going to assume she can't fly because she's a freaking... Shut up, phone. Because she's small. She's just a filly. So, I don't know. Anyway, back to the story. I just want my kite back! Apple Bloom whined as she stomped her hooves. Well, what are we supposed to do? Okay. Well, what are we supposed to do? Sweetie Belle asked. Did some pony say they needed help? A voice suddenly screeched, causing every pony in the area to jump. All three Crusaders looked around warily. I said, did some pony say they needed help? No! Scootaloo yelled back. That's what whatever. Introducing yet to be named Superhero Mayor. Oh, Derpy. All three fillies looked at each other. Who? They all asked in unison. At that moment, a mysterious figure flew directly in front of the sun, casting a large shadow over the denizens of Ponyville Park. It unsteadily descended. Every pony squinted to see the figure, which was slowly coming into view. The superhero, quote-unquote, landed just a few feet behind the Crusaders. The fillies gasped. Derpa hooves? Yeah. Derpa hooves? Apple Bloom gasped. What are you doing here? And what's with all the bags? I knew there was going to be bags in this, like the Halloween episode. Derpy shook her head. Who is this Derpy you speak of? A superhero! Gaze upon my flanks and all! At this point, every pony in the park had gathered to watch this scene taking place. I'm surprised no one was taking pictures, but they don't have phones. A cross-eyed Pegasus dressed head to toe in paper bags, yelling about her flanks. Oh my god. Ponyville may have been a strange place, but that kind of thing didn't happen every day. Yes, a cross-eyed gray Pegasus with paper bags yelling that her butt is invincible never happens. Although that would be funny. Scootaloo rubbed the back of her head. Well, okay, I guess. So, if you're a superhero, can you help us get our kite, like, fly up there? I can do better than that. Oh no. The mare yelped, lifting herself up into a. The mare yelped, lifting herself up into the air. Almost immediately, she flipped around so that she faced away from the imposing oak. With a thrust, Derpy rocketed toward it. Every pony around heard and felt the ear-splitting crack as her rear. Oh, that sounds painful. As her rear end ripped through the bark, splitting the tree in two halves. Jeez. A top and a bottom. However, she didn't stop there. No, the Pegasus kept going, eventually crashing into the dirt about 20 feet away. Just how? The superhero lifted her head from the newly formed crater. Yay! She squealed. My butt has saved the day again! Derpy, no! Carrot Top trotted leisurely through her favorite section of Ponyville Park. The trees, the grass, the flowers, it was pure beauty. And it was just the thing to clear her mind after a stressful day. Luckily, the insurance company had accepted her excuse, and a check was in the mail. And sure, Derpy had gone crazy, but what else was new? And Sorry, I thought there was someone outside. I thought they were walking towards the house. Okay, let me go. Anyway. And sure, Derpy had gone crazy, but what else was new? Oh, sure, like, Derpy being crazy was the norm. Well, then again, Pinky has her moments of being crazy, but everyone's used to that. I should have said something about a stream yesterday. Sorry, I was thinking about something. There was no need to worry. Just breathe in the fresh air. Boom! Ah! Somebody call the guard! My leg! My cat! Oh my god. Almost instinctively, Carrot Top burst into a gallop, heading toward the sound of screaming ponies. It didn't take long to find them. At least 24 ponies were gathered around a large fallen tree, the top half having somehow been snapped off of the trunk. However, louder than all of the yelling was the wailing of one young pony, a yellow blank flank filly with a pink bow in her mane. Carrot Top recognized her as being a member of the Apple family, but she couldn't place a name. My sister got me that cat last Heartswarming Eve, she yelled, and it's crushed. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Well, technically you didn't destroy it. It was Derpy, but I can kind of see where it would all come to play. The two fillies that Carrot Top didn't recognize sat next to her, comforting the foal. Carrot Top tapped a gray stallion standing near her shoulder. "Hey, what happened here?" she asked. The stallion turned and looked her straight in the eye. "An attack! That's what... An attack! That's what happened! That Pegasus simply came, destroyed this perfectly good tree, and crashed right into a field of petunias." He leaned closer. "And I like petunias. Oh, wait. And I happen to like petunias." The mayor swallowed. I see. Wait. I see. That Pegasus? You know, the one with the eye. You know, the one with the eyes," he muttered. Suddenly he pointed back Suddenly he pointed back toward the oak. "Look, there she is now!" And there she was, standing on the fallen tree, wings spread and neck held high. Wings spread and neck held high. Wings spread and neck held high was Derpy, dressed up in her nightmare night costume. Her rump now looking even worse. Not only was it burnt, but it was now filled with splinters. Ah, that's a horrible sight to see. In my head anyway, and in general. Every pony was now staring at her angrily. "There is no need to thank me, my little ponies." My little ponies. "There's no need to thank me, my little ponies," Derpy said. Your safety and happiness is all my butt and I need." Apple Bloom's golden... I didn't know her eyes were golden. Apple Bloom's golden eyes burned with a fury unlike any other. With them, she bored into Derpy. "But I am not happy!" she shrieked. "I'm anything but happy! I'm mad!" "Yeah!" The two other foals squeaked. This sparked a round of angry jeers from the crowd. Carrot Top's ears flattened against her head. She knew she could be a bit critical of her friend at times, but some of these insults were downright cruel. Fortunately, Derpy didn't hear them or didn't know what they meant. Ignorance is bliss, I guess. As neither her position nor facial expression had changed, Carrot Top sneaked her way over to a tree and hissed, "Derpy, what in the hell are you doing?" "Oh, hey, Carrot Top." No, nice work giving out your... It's like she doesn't know any better, but still. "Oh, hey, Carrot Top," Derpy yelped entirely too loudly. "Did you see what I did? Every pony loves me!" More like the opposite. I'm surprised they're not throwing tomatoes at you. After saying this, a large tomato... Oh my god. A large tomato flew through the air and hit the mare square in her chest. She picked it up happily. "Thanks for the free food," she called. With a jump, Carrot Top realized that every pony was now glaring at her. Was glaring at her too. "Derpy," she spat. "Get down from there. You're making a fool of yourself. Besides, we still need to get you to the hospital." "No way, no how. I have a town to help." At that, the Pegasus lifted herself back in the air. "Away!" she screamed as she flew off out of sight. Carrot Top turned to face the crowd. She rubbed the back of her head sheepishly. I suggest you run. That's not a part of the story. That's what I'm saying in the story. You know what I mean. Give me just a moment. I have to get something to drink because my throat is very dry. Okay, I'm back. Drank some Sunny D and a whole bunch of water. My throat was drier than I thought. Okay, back to the story. Now, where did I leave off? Okay. The Sunflower Sandwich Deli is supposed to be sandwich, but I guess sandwich. The Sunflower Sandwich Deli was known all throughout Ponyville for having some of the best food you could get that side of Equestria. Hort cuisine. Oh, wait, Horte? Is it Hort or Horte? Horte. Hang on, I got to use the text-to-speech reader to help me on this one. Hort. Okay, it's Hort. Couldn't tell because the Hort. I lost it. Hang on for just a moment. I keep looking outside and I keep thinking someone's at the door, and then I had to answer some stuff. But anyway, I'm back. Hort Cuisine, the owner, manager, and waiter, worked hard to maintain his restaurant's reputation. Oh yeah, the one who had I believe, the really thick French accent in the second-ish episode of My Little Pony, I believe. However, this often led to complaints about high prices. He's semi-French, what do you expect? About a mile away from Ponyville Park's newly felled tree, at one of the many outside tables, one such complaint was occurring. Oh my, even the cheapest item here is ludicrous. Oh my, even the cheapest item here is ludicrous. Okay, that was, I'm not even gonna do that kind of like, don't you know kind of thing. I just don't feel like it, maybe. Cupcake sighed and looked up from her menu. You know, dear, we probably could have... Wait. Okay. You know, dear, we could have just stayed home and made our own dinner. That's what I do if I don't have money. That or go to one of the dollar stores in my town. We haven't had to worry about a babysitter. Oh, we wouldn't have to worry about a babysitter either. That part is also true. Carrot Cake shook his head. No, I promised you I would. No, I promised you we would have a romantic night out, and I'm keeping my word. Besides, the prices aren't that bad. Celestia, look at the price of that alfalfa sandwich. 25 bits. I'm going to assume 25 bits is like the equivalent of $45 for a sandwich. I'm just thinking of different types. I'm thinking of different monies and translating it. Is there a problem? I apologize for my semi-horrible accent. Don't judge. Is there a problem? Both of the cakes jumped out of their seats. Standing next to their table, one eye focused on... Oh, that's Derpy, I'm sorry. Is there a problem? Both of the cakes jumped out of their seats. Standing next to their table, one eye focused on either of them was a Pegasus they recognized as the local male mare. She would stop in every once in a while to buy muffins. Cupcake always remembered her from having a near endless amount of cheerfulness, but now she looked almost angry. Almost. I added the almost part because it's like you don't really see Derpy get angry, to be honest. You just see her worried or upset or happy or sad. The blue mare stammered. I asked, is there a problem? Carrot swallowed. Well, I was just saying that the prices here are just a little bit high. Derpy stood on her hind legs. Aha! I knew it! But we were talking so quietly. How did you even... There is no problem for Muffin Mare. Oh, now she has a name. The Pegasus screeched. She leaned into them much too close for much too close for comfort. Like the name? I just made it up. Anyway, for justice! She reared, flipping around. She reared, flipped around, and with a strong flap of her wings, ripped right through every table in her path. Eventually, she made it to the restaurant, where she promptly crashed through the wall and continued her path of destruction. Hort Cuisine watched in utter horror as the bagged-up mayor destroyed his life's work. My restaurant! He screeched. No! Stop! Please! Thankfully, Muffin Mare had run out of things to destroy rather quickly, so she landed in the middle of the restaurant with a plop. Every pony who had been dining was now crammed up against the walls, scared, speechless. Cup and Carrot Cake were simply staring at the giant hole in the side of the restaurant. Muffin Mare smiled triumphantly. Another day saved! All thanks to Muffin Mare! Without a care in the world, Derpy proceeded to rocket forward, rear first through the ceiling. There was a dead silence in the restaurant. Carrot Top gaped. Cupcake faced hoof before throwing her menu down on the table. Well, she said. So much for romance. Well, at least you could get the food for free and then not pay. That would be kind of a good thing. Just saying. Hey, Sparkler! Sparkler looked up from the book she was reading, only to see her younger sister Tootsie Flute staring at her expectantly. Yeah, Toots? Toots. Yeah, Toots? She asked. Can you make me a sandwich? The pink mare's smile betrayed her eyes, which were rolling. Wait. Oh, okay. Which were rolling. Celestia, what is with you and these sandwiches? I swear you're gonna turn into one day. Oh, I swear you're gonna turn into one someday. She rose to her hooves and trotted into the kitchen. Let me see, she called out. Oh, she called back. Peanut butter? Yeah! Do you want jelly in this time? Nope. Oh God, please don't tell me. I have a feeling that Derby's gonna come in and I have a feeling Derby's gonna come in and destroy the sandwich because of not having jelly on it or whatever. I don't know. With a glow of her horn, the refrigerator opened up for Sparkler. You know, Tootsie, you should try something new. You should try something new one of these days. Peanut butter is good and all, but it's going to get boring if it's all you have, she warned. To an extent, true, but if it's something that they like, you can't really break their habits. She attempted to open the... Oh, wait, I think I remember this part. Oh, no, it's all coming back to me. She attempted to open the jar. She attempted to open the brown jar only for it to stay stuck. These things never open when you need them to. You just gotta put a little bit more elbow grease into it. I need to remind Mom to stop buying the store brand stuff. Well, at least there aren't any crazy Pegasi like last time. Wait, last time? What do you mean last time? What do you mean? At that moment, a crazed Pegasi crashed through the window. Holy Celestia! Sparkler screeched, dropping the jar. She backed up into a wall. My butt! My butt's... I have to stop laughing. Okay, my butt sensed there was a problem! Durfee shot back, staring intently at the young pony. I will correct it! Sparkler hyperventilating, held up her hooves immediately. Please, please don't hurt me! I'm too young to die! Please, please! I don't think she's gonna kill you. At least I don't. Yeah, she's not gonna kill you. Tootsie Flute walked into the kitchen. Sparkler! Sparkler! I heard yelling. Who are you? Tootsie, run! Sparkler screamed. Get out of the house! Sparkler, I'm scared! Just run! And so the filly... and so the filly ran, tears streaming down her face. Sparkler returned her attention to the gray Pegasus. What do you want? Derpy gave a huge toothy grin. Me and my flanks want to help you. That sounds so wrong in so many levels. Me and my flanks want to help you. Now give me that jar. She grabbed the jar and carefully placed it in between her flanks. Oh my god, no. No. Oh, no. Oh, I feel so sorry. I believe she's going to be scarred for life. From what I remember. With... hold on. Okay, I'm making sure. What Sparkler saw at that moment was something she would never forget. Not that she wanted to remember it, of course. It was simply burned into her retinas. An image that no amount of counseling or medication could ever get rid of. That's true. I can semi-testify to this from looking at unnecessary things on the internet. That night, for the first time since she was a foal, Sparkler would both request to sleep with her parents, and when they said no, and when they said no and had her sleep by herself, wet the bed. Oh, poor little pony. Muffin happily slid the now open jar back to Sparkler, who was staring jaw to the floor. Stay safe, young colt! Wait. She's not a colt, she's a filly. Anyway. Stay safe, young colt! The superhero yelled. Within minutes, she was already out of the window, zooming off to whatever pony now needed her help. Oh no, that's just... I think I remember this part as well. But yeah. You wanted to see me, Mare? The mayor of Ponyville looked from her paperwork at the yellow earth pony standing in her doorway. Oh, yes, Miss Carrot Top. Please come in and have a seat. Carrot Top did as she was told. Mare cleared her throat. You see, Carrot Top, I've called you in today to talk to you about your friend, one Derpy Hooves. Carrot Top felt a bead of sweat form at the base of her mane. Oh, really? What about her? I think you know, Miss Top. Oh, right. The superhero thing. Mare smiled. Yes, the superhero thing, quote unquote. Now, as I'm sure you know, it doesn't do very well for any pony to have a crazy sight-impaired Pegasus who believes she has superpowers roaming through the skies. We've gotten a lot of complaints. Carrot Top slumped her head and repressed a groan. Oh, I'm sure you have. I'm glad you understand. That's why I'm sure you'll understand when I tell you that you're the one who has to stop her. Wait, what? Why me? Well, you seem to be the only pony in the town she really trusts. sadly true from the story. Well, you seem to be the only pony in town she really trusts. And besides, you were the one who told her to do all this. No, she didn't. At least, I don't think. It doesn't sound like it. And besides, you were the one who told her to do all of this. No, she did on her own will after falling into the fire thinking her butt was indestructible. The graying mare explained. She locked her eyes with her fellow mare. It's on your head, but it's not on her. Derby did it on her own free will when she fell into the fire, like I said, at the camp. I mean, geez, it's not her fault. But, Carrot Top stuttered. I didn't. Why can't you get the town guard to do it? That seems more reasonable. Mare clicked her tongue before breaking eye contact. Trust me, Miss Top, they've tried. Unfortunately, it seems that the sight of a wall-eyed Pegasus's rump hurtling towards you at unimaginable speeds is enough to traumatize even the bravest ponies. Even the bravest pony. Who knew? Those poor guards. What about the elements of harmony? I mean, they beat Nightmare Moon. According to Twilight Sparkle's dragon assistant, they're on vacation. Why are they on vacation? Where are they? Where could they be vacationing? The one time you need someone and they're not even there. Hate that. According to Twilight Sparkle's dragon assistant, they're on vacation. Carrot Top was speechless. All she could do was face hoof, stand up, give a quick okay, and leave. Mare smiled and returned to her papers. When she was outside, the yellow mare simply sat and looked at the sky. 3 days ago, she and Derby had been having muffins at Sugar Cube Corner, happy as could be. Now, the Pegasus were flying around, terrorizing the city under the gusts of a superhero, quote-unquote. What was she supposed to do? That's when it hit her. Carrot Top let loose a devilish grin. If Ponyville has a superhero, she mused, who says it can't have a supervillain? This is like Angry Beaver status all over, if you think about it. If you guys know what I mean when I'm saying about Angry Beavers, Dang It, that's his name, from Angry Beavers, was I believe a superhero, and then his brother Norbert had to become a supervillain. Dramatic Beaver. I don't remember what happened in that episode, but I think they stopped doing what they were doing and went back to their beaver hut dam. Okay, yeah, back to the story. A few dress horses made to look like hostages, a tape recorder playing loops of ponies screaming, an abandoned warehouse. Her own nightmare costume, a devil. The scene was set. Hell Hooves. Oh God. Hell Hooves was her name now. Let out a maniacal laugh. Ha! Come face me, Muffin Mare. Meet your doom. Hell Hooves wasn't sure how, but she knew that Muffin Mare would hear her and take the bait. And that she did. Within seconds, one of the warehouse windows had been shattered by the by the rogue Pegasus, who was filtering, who was flitting, who was flitting, who was flitting around, who was flitting around wildly, trying to find the villain. Come on, evildoer! I'm here to stop you! Hell Hooves stepped into the light right next to her hostages. It's over, Muffin Mare. Witness the face of your final battle. Muffin Mare stared at her nemesis. However, instead of springing into action, she started laughing. Wait, what are you doing? Stop laughing at me! Oh, stop laughing and fight me! Wiping the tears away from her eyes, Muffin Mare landed softly next to the villain. Oh, Carrot Top, you look so silly! It's not Nightmare Night. What are you doing? What are you even doing? She started laughing again, clutching her stomach fruitlessly. Carrot Top stared at the Pegasus. But I'm not Carrot Top. I'm Hell Hooves. Yeah, and I'm Princess Celestia. Who do you think you're trying to fool with that? The yellow mare gaped. What the hey? Why, you? She fumed, tugging on her own mane. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Derpy smiled at her friend. So what's up? Why are you tying up plastic horses? Carrot Top let her head hang. Derpy, we need to talk. About what? About this! Carrot Top gasped. Derpy, you know I love you. You're my best friend, and nothing will ever change that. But this needs to stop. It's time to stop! You're hurting every... It's time to stop! You're hurting everybody around, including yourself! Okay, I'll stop. Okay. But this needs to stop! You're hurting every pony around, including yourself! That's true, especially with the brute with the charred second-ish degree burns and splinters and chafing of your derriere, Derpy. You need to see someone about that, seriously, because you can get serious infections. I don't know how it is that you can't feel any pain from your, rear, but I know for a fact that it's not healthy. No, it's not. And she probably has, what is that word? What's the word? There's a disorder where people can't really feel pain. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Okay, I'm back. After looking up the word again, it's Derpy might have hereditary sensory autonomic neuropathy, where she doesn't feel pain at all, or she does feel pain, but she has a very, very, very high threshold of it. It could be either or. Just saying. Anyway, I have to... Where did I last leave off? Where to go? Okay. It's not how... She touched one of her hooves to She touched one of her hooves to Derpy's. I just want my friend back. Derpy blinked. Okay. Well, because it's... Wait. Okay? Yep! Derpy chirped. If it really means that much to you, I'll stop. I'm okay with keeping my powers secret. They're not powers, but... In a way, kind of, but at the same time, not really. Besides, Derpy whispered, it was way too much work. Carrot Top. This made Carrot Top laugh. She tousled her friend's blonde mane. That's that's my Derpy. They started to walk toward the exit. Hey, Derpy began. What were you do? What were you even going to do if I fought you? Carrot Top stopped in her tracks and thought. After a minute, she finally said, I have no idea. I've kind of been there at one point, but yeah. I think all of us have been there at one point. They just plan and plan. It's like, wait, what will happen if this does happen? It's like, oh no, I have no idea. I'm just gonna wing it. Dear Princess Celestia, Dear Princess Celestia, I learned a valuable lesson today. It's great to have a talent that you're really good at, but if that talent ends up hurting others, it's not so great. One needs to learn that one needs to learn what ex, eh, what's acceptable in society and what's not before they go around making rash decisions. Your faithful student, Derpy P. Hooves. How did... never mind. Dear Miss Hooves, My Little Pony, that is great to hear. I always love hearing stories like yours. However, if I may, I have one question. Who are you, and how did you send me a letter through Dragonfire? I don't ever remember having a student named Derpy B. Hooves. Confused, Princess Celestia. And that's the end of Perfect Posteriors by Dubs Rewatcher. I'm so glad I held on to this, because I wanted to read it, but I didn't really have the time to really read it. Plus, I didn't feel like I wanted to read it because I haven't watched My Little Pony in a while, but yeah, I decided to read it. Oh wow, 57 seconds. 57 minutes. That's not that bad of a time. I might do an update, or I might continue to read more for you guys, because I haven't done it in like a while. Seriously, a while. I think there's another story that I recorded. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I was up until 3 this morning. I was trying to stay up for a friend so I can get them some information. But I'm going to have to wait until they wake up, which will probably be in about 2 hours from now. But anyway, I don't know. I like the story. It's a good story. I have a whole bunch of stories that I'm going to try and read. Hopefully, when classes come up, because oh wait, that's also a good thing too. When it comes to classes starting up, I'm also doing class work. I'm also going to college again, and I'm also going to work, and I'm also going to train. So I have to get a whole bunch of rest. But anyway, it's gonna be very busy. But hopefully I'll be able to do more fanfic read alouds. Hopefully I'll be able to do more fanfic read alouds like this when college comes up again. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna see if I can. That and my brother usually goes to college. He's going as well, and he's gonna do it in the morning. So if I can get it over early in the mornings, I'll do that. But if not, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna relax and see if these people are gonna be coming at the house. See you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have an awesome day. Keep being yourselves. Stay awesome. And